Congratulations, Insidious, you have officially become a trilogy. Now you need to do what a lot of horror franchises don't do. Quit while you're a trilogy. Become one of the respected few. Insidious Chapter 3. So Insidious Chapter 3 is the third Insidious movie. It's actually the prequel to the other Insidious movies. The main girl's mother had died before this movie even happened, so I guess she tried to contact her, and now a demon's like, hey, check this out. I'm gonna kind of latch on to her and see what happens. Creepy demon. So now the only one who can help her is the super awesome old chick from the other Insidious movies. I'm not gonna lie to you, a lot of stuff in this movie worked. This movie did what a movie like this should do. It made you feel helpless like the main character. You just kind of feel at the whim of this demon. But it also establishes that the demon is not some Superman. It can be beaten, just not by you, not right now. That's really awesome. There were a few moments in this movie I was like, this is doing what horror movies usually don't do. Usually it's jump scare, jump scare, jump scare. They're in this movie, I'm not gonna say they're not. For every interesting psychological moment of fear like a horror movie should have, there's a jump scare to match. Kind of a byproduct of the genre at this point. But I love that this movie had moments of silhouettes looking at the girl, you know, and then they disappear and she's like on the ground, she's looking and you see the feet of the demon walking by her bed. That's really cool, man. It just makes you feel like you're a child hiding under the bed scared from a demon. Because we did that when we were kids and now we are reliving it as adults. And I like the fact that this movie had a good family dynamic. The relationship with the father and the daughter, it wasn't the strongest thing I've ever seen, but it did work for this movie and just added a little something extra. And it carries the torch what the other Insidious movies did, which is build on the lore that they have. The Insidious movies have done a good job at establishing this spectral world that exists parallel to our world. Yeah, kind of like that Poltergeist reboot, Insidious does it better. It's neat, like, you know, the psychic lady goes into this world like she's Raziel from Legacy of Kain and shit, and she's walking around, it's just like a creepier version of the world. I like that. This movie carried that on. It fits so well with the other Insidious movies, it's just great to see a solid trilogy that's a horror movie where you're like, I could watch this on Halloween, have some friends over and be like, hey guys, wanna watch the Insidious trilogy? Be a pretty sweet thing to do. Let's do that on Halloween. Good job, Insidious. You're a good horror movie trilogy. There was a point these guys came on the scene. They're ultimately like ghost hunters, and it's good to see them in the movie for the sake of it fitting into the other Insidious movies. Completing the circle, so to speak, but their scene when they're doing their ghost hunters thing in the house, it kind of took the movie from this really cool horror movie, almost respected, dare I say, and took it down to feeling kind of like Halloween Resurrection. It felt cheesy. It felt almost like a comedy. It felt really out of place. Granted, the movie addresses it and uses it, and it does shift back, but you can't deny you're like, whoa, is it one of these movies now? Guys, in the end, Insidious Chapter 3 was what I wanted it to be, and it was more than I thought it could be. The first Insidious was a solid, scary movie. The second one made me interested in that world. The third one completes the chapter, and now if they stop at a trilogy, I will be happy. They probably won't. I will say Insidious Chapter 3 is definitely a good time, no alcohol required. Yeah, my ratings are still around. For those of you who saw my, not rant, but addressing of the rating system in my review of Spy. I didn't say I was getting rid of it. I just wanted to give you guys some perspective on a rating system, namely mine. All right, guys, so Insidious Chapter 3, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.